I told the teams to go ahead. Some people got bedtimes. Oh, not as a player. Spectator. Some people got early bedtimes. So I gave them the go ahead. This is looking better. All right, we are in, folks. Right in time for the dogfight. So flying out for wildcard, we got Starfire, we got Jackal, we got Voltaire, Foca, the support, and Calamity. Rounding out the other side for the Empire, we got Quintessence, we got Hail Sagan, we got Lauren, Xerath, and Thanatos. Quintessence taking the dunk. She is under heavy fire here, but she is still lining up her pack. She is low on the hull. I'm going to switch the wildcard's perspective to see who's on the hunt. Looks like it is Voltaire on the hunt with the Plasburst right behind Quintessence. Quintessence is in a lot of trouble at 2%, and she goes down. That is a huge pick for wildcard. I'm going to keep track of Voltaire here, see what he does next. Voltaire looks to be lining up the Raider, trying to get the shields down. Now, despite that big pick, you got Savrip still ahead in the morale bar meter here. Let's see what's happening with the farm. So you got Savrip with 8 farms so far from Quintessence, and you got Murder Hornets with only 5. And Savrip takes it despite losing Quintessence on that flip. Let's see if they can capitalize on this offense. Thanatos is making his way in. They're going to have to get those ions off, but it looks like... Yep, shields are still very much up on Delta there. Delta is a selected target for Savrip. But Savrip is going to work. And it looks like Xerath was able to make it safely in to get off his beacons, and there go the shields. Well played by Xerath, getting deep over the Nebulon, getting his marks off. He has done his job as a support. Looks like he's being targeted by the enemy flexes, though. He has no shields, down to 17 on the hull, and Xerath goes down. But again, Xerath did his job there by getting in the beacons. We got Lauren here laying into the side of the Nebulon with the rotary cannon, taking a little bit of chip damage, but she is okay, boost shifting around. Looks like Sagan is shooting Calamity on offense, looking to suppress that farm. Wildcard almost has his phase flip, but at the same time, Savrip looks to have this almost out of phaseable. Thanatos in a lot of trouble here in the defender. He's being bullied out by Foca. He's down to 4 on the hull. He could fall here. Down goes Thanatos. Big pick by Foca on the defender pilot there. And it looks like Wildcard has the Raider targeted here. It is down, and there they go on the attack. Now I'm going to switch to the Flex's perspective here, because as you all know, the most crucial part of an attack is getting the ions in on the cruisers to get those shields down. And off goes the ion torp. Beautifully done here by Wildcard. Those shields came down really, really fast. Really, really well done. Starfire is now starting some Plasburst orbits. What an offense by Wildcard so far. Look at the hull just melt on Charlie here. Already down to 50%. Jackal used to be taking some PK pressure here in the backfield. Switching to Voltaire over here. Voltaire looks to be trying to get the shields down on the other one. Nope, he's doing Plasburst orbits. The damage has slowed a little bit. At the same time, the morale bar beater has not moved very much for Savrip. Let's see what Savrip is going to do here on the defense. So you got Sagan working on the Y-Wing over here. Lauren is on the Raider burn. That Raider's just about to go down. Oh! With a huge offensive PK by the Wildcard. I'm not sure which one of the flexes took out Lauren, but down goes Lauren. And so they still got about half a morale bar to work with here. Sagan's turning his attention to Voltaire. Let's see him try to line up this kill here. He's got one ion missile in the tube. Can he get the lock? Whoa, down goes Sagan. I didn't see how that happened. I'm guessing it's the Plasburst in action here. Let's switch to Mr. Voltaire. I bet he's responsible for this mysterious average death. Or maybe Starfire. Let's see what's going on here. Well, sorry, folks, for missing those kills, but Wildcard going to town here. Charlie is out of phaseable. Delta's now being worked on. Could they get the double out of phase here in this phase? This is a slow defensive flip for Savrip here, and a lot of that has to do with the timely PK here by Wildcard, who are definitely balancing offensive PK with offensive damage. As you can see, Starfire here turning the attention to the defender, but now Starfire is under pressure himself. Looks like that pressure is coming from Mr. Sagan. Sagan Bishop down goes Starfire, and Savrip gets the much needed flip. Now, I didn't see if they took the out of phase. They did not take Delta, so as you can see, Delta is still very much on the map. Looks like Savrip's going to be going for a double out of phase on this phase to kind of cut down on Wildcard's next attack. Plenty of time here to get Charlie. Charlie's shields are now down. Now, Savrip's a little bit behind in this game, but as we know with the Empire damage, they can more than make up the ground here. The beacons have made it to the Nebulon here, so Savrip's in good shape. Looks like Xerath is wisely retreating back, drawing the attention of the X-Wings there, but as I said, he has already done his job. He got the beacons off. Good support play by Xerath so far this game. Let's follow Quintessence here. Quintessence doing some beautiful boost shifts around the Nebulon, well known for her damage. Just lathering it with multi-locks, Goliaths, rotary cannon. She is as elusive as any bomber in the game now. She's under heavy fire here. Might be some Plasburst, so she's got to go evasive. Let's see if Xerath can bail her out. She is making her retreat at 3%. Look at that hull drop. That is the Plasburst at work. I do not have my tongue tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm trying to make it work. But there comes the resupply from Xerath. Huge clutch play there. Well done by Xerath there. I'm going to go back to Lauren here. Looks like they decided to burn through Delta. Looks like they're going all the way through, I think. Looks like they decided to fall back. Looks like their Raider just fell. So Savrip, instead of deciding to push it, looks like they're going to save that for the out of phase, which is probably the smart choice there. Looks like they were planning to go through, though, by letting the other cruiser drop there. And now we're just playing a waiting game. Voltaire goes down. Looks like some good PK pressure there by Savrip. If I had to guess, Xerath is going back to get some resupplies. Yep, heading back to the ISD there to get a fresh batch because he is fresh out. Let's see what Wildcard can go in, or what they can do on this offense. More than likely making a strong push here on the ISD. Let's see if Savrip can defend. That's right. It's a nice soapy imagery over here. We're nice and clean. We're getting washed. We're getting lathered. We're getting soapy. We're having a clean broadcast here, folks. Jackal doing some nice boost shifts around, staying evasive. Very nice use of the geometry here on the Deary to break the locks of the defending pilots there. Delta's going to fall any second now, and here comes Wildcard. Full morale bar attack coming on the ISD. Voltaire looks to be coming in a little late to the party, but here comes Starfire trying to make his way in. Let's see if they can get the gens down quickly here on this attack. Oh, huge dunk on Starfire. Starfire goes down. What a clutch pick by Savrip, taking out one of the X-Wings. That's one of the ion missile carriers. So far, shield gens are not down. One shield gen just got disabled. That's the visual right, just got disabled. Let's see if they can take the visual left. Looks like both shield gens are disabled. Oh, I got a glitch. It says that the MC-75 is under assault, but we know that's the Star Destroyer. Looks like one of the shield gens was destroyed there, and one was disabled. So not a bad attack there by Wildcard, but wasn't enough. We got a team wipe. We got 3 of them down here. 4 of them down at a time. And we got a wide open MC-75. Let's see if Xerath can get these beacons off. Beacons are away. Xerath stays alive. He gets stunned. He goes down. But again, Xerath doing his job very well this game. Here comes Lauren coming on the shield gen. That shield gen is at 23%. Shields are now down. Wide open MC75 for Savrip here. Sagan working on that targeting system. I believe that's about 8 or 9% of the hull value of the MC75, so not a bad priority target. Gut the fish? Yeah, if any team can do it, it's the team that coined the phrase, right? Savrip, well known for gutting the fish. How's that for a Jake impression? Targeting system is still being worked on by Sagan, slowly being chipped away. This morale bar meter is slipping away. Let's see if I can get a read on the status of the MC75. It's at 46 hull. Power just went down. Raider's still up. The Raider will flip. This MC75 is falling very fast. Now all the weak points are open. 22%. Raider will flip. There it is. MC75 down to 10%, down to 2%. Looks like another weak point was found, and there it goes. Very strong burn by Savrip there. Down goes the MC75. Game 1 goes to Savrip. Extremely well played. What a great battle between those two teams. Savrip came roaring back. Looks like they were on their back foot on that first defense of theirs, but they came roaring right back and made up for it. So we got Quintessence leading the way with 1 kill, 2 deaths, 70,000 capship damage. Lauren with 100,000 K capship damage. Xerath dying only 3 times in that pancake, got his marks off every time. Ought to be higher on the scoreboard in my book. Thanatos, 6 kills, 32,000 capship damage. Hail Sagan, 4 kills, contributing with 31K capship damage. Over on Wildcard, you got Foka leading the way. Foka, the support Haas. Calamity with 50K. Jackal with the 40K. And the 2 X-Wings contributing 24K and 42K damage. Great stuff there, folks. Need the abs cam. One day. You know, this next operation goes for what, another 25 years? I think sometime in the next 25 years I may get a proper gaming PC. One day, but not today, folks. Right now, I'm rocking this PS5. All right. I will tell the teams here are good to go. So we have the teams flipping factions here. This time we have Wildcard taking Empire for Game 2 and Savrip taking NR for Game 2. Interesting enough, both teams selected NR for their faction picks. I'm telling the teams we're good to go. And hopefully I don't get kicked again. "27 people watching the stream. Love to see it, folks. Somehow I don't pull those numbers when I got my shitty PSVR rolling and, you know, the camera perspective is rocking and rolling. Somehow that doesn't make for good streaming content. I don't know why that is. I think it looks great. Y'all just fussy. All right, we should be launching any minute here, folks. No, there's no gambling, Lions. This is a family-friendly streaming channel. How many Quatlus are we putting on each team? What does chat think? Do you think Wildcard can pull even here? We're going to do the most ghetto poll ever. Chat, what do you think will happen in Game 2? Give me your predictions in the chat. All right, so I'm not supposed to be looking at loadouts anymore. You guys like to be secretive, so I'm not going to be doing that. But we can see that Wildcard does not have matching uniforms. 5 out of 10 for coordination there. Let's look over here at Savrip. Again, a lack of coordination, no coordinated uniforms, no coordinated helmets. Well, they got the Goldenrod Gunner thing going with 2 of them. I give the NR side aesthetics, I'd say about a 3 out of 10. Not digging it, folks. I'm not seeing any emotes. I can't talk about loadouts. I just don't know what to talk about at this stage. I mean, we got Sagan kind of wiggling over there, I guess, but I don't know. I think if we're not going to talk about loadouts, I think I need some emote shows. I need something. The Mets, Altador. Do I look like a baseball guy to you? I'm a hockey guy. Hockey's my thing, dude. Baseball's too slow. Now, baseball is awesome if you go watch in person. Nice day at the ballpark. Get a nice beer. Try, like, you know, a hot dog. Get a slice of pizza. Get some Dippin' Dots. Yeah. But you know, Tom, the Caps, we got ours a couple of years ago in 2018. That's going to tide me over quite some years. And finally, we get to talk about some squadrons. Launching out of the MC-75 is Savrip, led by Quintessence in the Y-Wing. Oops. Let's push the right button here. All right. Flying out of the MC-75 is Zareth, Thanatos, Hail, Sagan, Lauren, and Quintessence. Flying out of the Imperial Star Destroyer, Starfire, Voltaire, Wasai Warrior, Jackal, and Foka. I'm going to switch to the perspective of the farmers here. Let's see who can win this tussle and get the all-important opening flip on the Deary. Wasai Warrior looking around that pillar, trying to find some AI, and clearly I was watching the wrong player, folks, because somehow Wildcard got that flip, and I'm not sure how. But look at that morale bar go back the other way. Looks like Savrip must have had another pack of AI lined up. So let's see what Wildcard can do with this shortened offense. Voltaire is making his way towards somewhere. There he goes. He's got the Nebulon targeted. He's got an ion missile ready. That should be the shields just about. And there go to shields. Now, if Wildcard is quick here, they might be able to get Delta out of phaseable, but they might have to settle with just getting the shields down. Looks like Voltaire has opted to try to disrupt Sagan from doing the Raider burn. Let's see how that pays off. And it looks like Starfire went down some point earlier. Sorry for missing that, folks. I'm going to switch to Wasai Warrior here. Looks like that Nebulon's down to 82%. Not looking likely that Savrip's going to get this out of phaseable, or excuse me, Wildcard's going to get this out of phaseable. Strong defense by Savrip. And down goes Jackal, and there comes the flip. Going to switch over to the perspective of the attackers here. Looks like Thanatos just lost his shields, probably under pressure from Foca's ion lasers. Foca has as good of an aim as anybody in the game, folks. Like, oof, those ion lasers always seem to hit you. And Thanatos opting for some offensive PK here after popping off his ion missile, chasing after Foca there. I'm going to switch to the perspective of the defenders here. Looks like Voltaire is lining up Thanatos. Missed the ion, but Thanatos is cut and hurt. He's down to 9% on the hull, and down goes Thanatos. Nice pick by Voltaire there. Losing one of the X-Wings is going to really hurt Savrip's attack here. Voltaire now has Quintessence lined up. I'm going to switch over to Starfire here. Starfire has an AI targeted. Nope, looks like he's going to be targeting the incoming New Republic Corvette with the ion torp. He's boost shifting around. He is deciding his target. Yep, shields are now down on the Corvette, so that is now for Wildcard's taking if they so choose. Going to go over to the New Republic side here. Hail Sagan. Looks like he has another torpedo in the tube. Not bad attack here by Savrip. Another torp is going to bring this cruiser down even lower. Nice release point from Sagan there, firing at the minimum distance to make sure it doesn't get shot down. And this cruiser is out of phaseable if Savrip wants to push it, but I'm going to have a hunch here that they're going to leave it for the next phase, and yeah, there they go. They're making the retreat. They're going to look to set up the double out of phase in the next phase. Phase. All right. So, Sagan here. Looks like they're going right to work on the Raider. Shields are almost down on the Raider, and now he's switching to a Bomber. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the Empire side here with Psy Warrior. Boost shifting around that Nebulon. Let's see if he can lay in that rotary cannon. Foka got his marks off, as he always does, because he is Foka. Uh-oh, Wasai Warrior. Ooh, took a very gentle bunk, but a costly bunk. Oh, but he gets bailed out by Foka there, so he's all right. He's all right, folks. Here comes the rotary cannon. Wasai Warrior okay in the fight. The Nebulon's dropping fast. Wasai getting another resupply, getting topped off by Foka here. Must be nice to have Foka on your team, folks. Must be nice. That Nebulon is pretty low at the out of phase point just about, so it looks like they're making their transition over to the other side here. Let's follow Jackal here. Jackal's out of Oxys. Looks like the incoming Raider just went down, but with that, Savrip may have just gifted an opportunity for Wildcard here to get a double out of phase. Let's see if Wildcard can capitalize here. Very strong play here from Wildcard. That Nebulon's down to 10. That is certainly doable. That is double oopable, folks. Let's see if they pull it off. That one's down to 1. There goes 1, folks. And let's see if we can find the other. Now, if the team really wipes here, I don't know if it's really worth it. So they just lost a Bomber. That kind of negates some of the morale getting here, but let's see what they do. This Nebulon's a little bit on the high side. Looks like Foka re-beaconed it, so it should drop in just a few moments here. But at the same time, this possibly gives Savrip the opportunity to set up a double oop of their own, but let's see what they do here. This Nebulon's about to go down. There's the double oop. Morale bar not quite at half, so they still have a lot of morale to go here. Foker. Imagine having Foka on your team, folks. It would just be so nice. And now I can say that having played with him, that man is ridiculous. In fact, let's go to the Foka cam. Let's see what this man's up to. Foka's down to 2 resupplies. Let's see if he chooses to bully a flex here. Foka. Did I say it right, Hod? Okay, Foka is fresh out of resupplies. Looks like he's heading back to the carrier. Alright, that was not the most exciting perspective to choose from, but you know. Alright, Voltaire with the dunk on Lauren. Lauren goes down there. Looks like New Republic is going to have to hang back here. They don't have enough morale to go back on the ISD, I think, or to go attack the ISD, I mean. But they definitely have the out of phase safely set up, so let's see what Savrip does here. Looks like they're heading back to the MC-75, lick their wounds, get topped off, get ammo, and set up for a strong defense. Probably a pretty wise play there by Savrip. In the meantime, looks like the Raider's gone, so... Yep, Savrip has made their team retreat. You only see 1 attacker in. Foka doing Foka things over there. Jackal trying to find the last bit of AI. I can't tell you how many times I've heard farmers complain about the AI in this map, and all I can say is, having tried farm on this map, I'm just glad I'm not a farmer. My god, must be irritating. Alright, Wildcard now has a full morale bar attack on the MC-75. Let's see if they can get in and capitalize. Jackal is shooting players on the way in. Okay, he has turned attention to the MC's, nope, shooting players, I think. Okay, Jackal. Wildcard going for a heavy PK approach here. That is a strategy. I sound judgmental and I should stop. But shield gen going down here. Looks like everyone's now full hands on deck on the MC-75. Right shield gen is disabled. Shields are now down in the MC-75, but Raider is still up. Raider is just about to flip here for Savrip, and then Savrip will have their turn at a full phase morale attack. There goes the Raider, just a couple more farm. Other shield gens now destroyed. That MC-75's at 82. doesn't look like they're going to try to go for the kill shot here. It looks like Voltaire's heading back to set up for a defense. Yep. And that is exactly what Wildcard is to do here. Looks like Foco went down at some point. I missed that. So the beacons will not be going out on these New Republic players. Let's see what Savrip does here. Savrip will have to one phase, and it is doable. As Jake would say, if any team can do it, it's Savrip. All right, there's one ion missile. Looks like that just, that's a bunk. A lot of things happened. The ion missile did not register the disable. An X-Wing went down. Looks like Sagan got boost locked. We've all been there, folks. We've all been there. You do hate to see it. Thanatos is working on the other gen. He's a little bit low on the hull. He's at 38%. He's boost shifting around. He's trying to stay alive. There go the shields. Okay. Now, if they can get the power system here... Oof. I don't know, folks. I don't know. Raider is just about to flip. Yep. The New Republic Corvette would cause the flip, and there it is. Great defense by Wildcard there. Very smart decision to pull back, knowing that they could not finish off the MC-75. They pulled themselves back, got themselves in position, and now all I have to do is go in and finish off this wide-open MC-75. Jackal already right on top of it, popping weak points. Too many deaths. Well, you know, Fame, this is Wildcard. This is Wildcard. They bring the blood. They bring the blood to the game. This MC-75 is not long for this world, as a Mr. Nerdy Northerner would say. And down goes the MC-75, and we got a tie games here. I'm sorry, a tie series here, folks. Very strong game here from Wildcard. Now, interesting enough, both teams selected NR. We have 2 Empire wins so far. We have 2 Empire wins so far. Interesting stuff. But if you ask me, Empire's still stronger. You know, that's just my opinion, though. Well played. And do you remember the stealth tie too? Oh my god. The cloaking device, the TIE Phantom. That shit was awesome, man. I always wanted that to be canon. I don't think that's considered canon anymore, is it? Is that considered Legends now? The TIE Phantom? Can anyone tell me, is the TIE Phantom currently Star Wars canon, or is that now Legends? Okay. So it looks like Wildcard. So this is a new rule change, folks. So before Game 3, the home team does not have to pick their Game 3 faction pick. They can choose. So Wildcard, seeing that they lost as NR, seeing as how that last game went with them as Empire, they are opting to go with Empire for Game 3. That is a new rule change. So before you had to make all your faction picks before the match starts, now the home team only has to pick for Game 1. That is a change I support. I really like that. I really like that. So we've got 15 seconds left in the countdown. Can we get some predictions in the chat? Who will take this pivotal Game 3? Both teams earning a very critical standings point. No team is going to walk away with less than 1 point, but who's going to take that second crucial point? Who's got it? Zero Gravitas says Wildcard got Empire. They got it. They got Empire. Who else has got a prediction? Come on. I don't have a poll, folks. You gotta tell me in the chat. Someone giving me a take right now. Oh, Matt, really? The Phantom is canon? Awesome. All right, well, I want that in the spiritual successor to Squadrons. Okay. Flying out of the MC-75 is Zareth, Thanatos, Quintessence, Hail Sagan, Lauren. Flying out of the Imperial Star Destroyer, Focalicious, Starfire, Voltaire, Wasai Warrior, and Flight Jackal. Now here comes Flight Jackal, lining up a pack of AI, flying in a nice V formation. Let's see if he can get this pack cleanly. His Goliath is doing something. Looks like that Goliath did not connect. Might have been Seeker missiled by one of the flexes. Wildcard ahead in this morale bar meter. I'm going to switch to the perspective of the flexes here. Starfire right in the back of Lauren. Lauren doing some nice weave patterns here. Trying to stay alive, staying away from the burst lasers. But in the meantime, not getting a whole lot of farm off. Starfire now switching to Sagan to stop that Raider burn. Wildcard only needs a little bit more morale, and there they go. They take the opening flip again. That proved to be pivotal in the last game. This time they have a longer morale bar meter to work with than they did in that initial attack in game 1. Let's see what Wildcard does here. Here comes Starfire, lining up the Ion Torp. These shields are about to come down, folks. Takes a nice little bonk off the Nebulon, but that's okay. Starfire is alright at 63%, and there go the shields. Let's watch them go to work. Wasai Warrior posted up on the back of the Nebulon, laying in that rotary cannon at point blank range for maximum damage. Switching over to Jackal here. Doing some nice fadeaway boost strips over here, laying in the rotary cannon on the side of the Nebulon. Wisely having the flex targeted on the targeting computer, but bad for a caster's perspective because I cannot see the health of that Nebulon, but it looks to be at about 50%. Wasai Warrior has the laser turrets targeted, looks to be stripping all the turrets off this thing. Shields are down on Charlie as well. Good job by the wildcard flexes, using their ions wisely to bring down the shield swiftly on both of these. And looks like they're pulling back here. Very good first attack by wildcard here. Savra has a lot of ground to make up here. Here comes Hail Sagan, putting some pressure on Volterra on the way in. Why not to put some pressure on your way in? But he's also attracted Volterra's attention. Let's see if he can get this Ion off. Ion is off. Shield's still up on the cruiser though, because both X-Wings are carrying Ion missiles, so the shield's dropping is going to be a little bit slow. But they got a torpedo in the tube, waiting for when the hull is exposed. Thanatos hovering about, doing some plas bursting, doing some scribbler things. Nobody does it as pretty as Scribbler, but you know, he's doing Scribbler things. Doing plas bursting on the cruisers, that's a Scribbler thing, right? Yeah, okay. Alright. Thanatos pumping into it, not taking a whole lot of pressure that I could see. So Savrip is doing a good job of getting the damage in. Looks like they just lost their Corvette though. So Caster's Curse, as I say that, very little morale for Savrip to work with here. At the same time, that cruiser's down to about 15 on the hull. Not a bad first attack. They draw about even with Wildcard here, but they're still a phase behind. Switching back over to Wildcard's perspective here. Going the Jackal. Tickling down the last bit of shields here on the Nebulon. Rotating around. He's out of Oxys, but bringing down the hurt with that Birch Cannon. How's that for another Jake-ism? The Birch Cannon. Watch Mr. Focalicious. Now, you want to talk about motion sickness? Try spectating this guy in VR. You don't want to spectate really any top-tier support player in VR. That is a one-way ticket to the porcelain gods. All right, Starfire doing some nice boost shifts around. Wildcard setting up a double out of phase here. Looks like the Raider is still up, so let's see if Savrip allows that Raider to go through. They are burning it. Looks like they might be leaving it alone. They might be tickling it down a little bit here. I don't know if they know that... Okay, alright. Looks like they won't be getting a double out of phase. At least that was denied. Looks like Wildcard will be forced to be pushing through here. Let's see what they do. Words are hard when you're trying to control the camera and talk at the same time. I'll get better at this, folks. I'll get better at this. Words are hard. MC75, MC75 now under attack by Wildcard. Let's see what they can do in this attack. Voltaire gets ioned on the side here. He's in a tanky tide, though. He's okay for now. He's down to 30% on the hull. Now, Wildcard, if they can get a subsystem here, I'd say they've done their job. They get one shield gen destroyed. you got to say that's a successful attack, but you don't want to fully wipe here and be completely out of position for the defense. Looks like Jackal's decided to hang back, do a little pressuring here. I don't think much work has been done on this MC-75, and of course I have that lovely glitch where it says they're attacking the Star Destroyer. Not a very productive attack there, but that's okay. Savrip still has to chew through a whole cruiser here, and Wildcard can get it in the next phase. Let's see what happens here. They're Voltaire targeting Quintessence with those burst cannons, switching over to Starfire. Starfire, it looks to be working on the Corvette. Let's switch over to the NR side of things. So you got Thanatos doing a little offensive PK here, putting in a little bit of damage into the cruiser. Let's go to Iloran. We need to give the Y-Wing some love. I haven't followed the Y-Wings very much. Looks like, oh, interesting actually. Should have seen this is why I should have been watching the Y-Wings, folks. Lauren putting in some hurt with the proton torpedoes. Pretty smart play on the Deer where the farm is really poor, and since you know you're not going to get a whole lot of utility out of the Goliaths, why not pack a proton torpedo on the Y-Wing? Why not? And you can carry 5 of them in the Y-Wing. So this cruiser is about to go down. Looks like Savrip's going to be opting to push through here. Let's see what they can do on this attack. They still got a very full MC-75 to attack. So let's see what they do here.
Excellent. Imperial cruiser destroyed.
All right, Lauren boost skipping her way in. Looks to be lining up the visual left gen. That probably means that the right one was the one called to be disabled. Oh, looks like ion lasered by Foka there, as Foka does very well. Let's switch to Foka's perspective there. Let's watch this man work on his defense. And wow, there's the flip. Really well done by Wildcard here. So, 2 very full flagships. Looks like Savrip did some work on that shield gen, but it's still operational. Completely full MC-75 though. That tactical screen's messing me up, folks. It says it's Star Destroyer, but I know it's an MC-75. Full MC-75 here. Let's see if Wildcard can take it, though. Foka getting those all-important beacons off. Wasai Warrior, unfortunately, going down, though. One of the bombers. That's a lot of damage that Wildcard won't be able to get in. Looks like both shield gens are now down. One shield is down to 2%. Might as well destroy that. Power system is likely going to go down here. That's 3 subsystems down. Let's see if Wildcard can take it here. The farm is awfully slow, so if they're fast enough, they might be able to do it. Down goes the incoming Raider. Wasai Warrior coming back out on the TIE Fighter. Looks like, if I had to guess, Wildcard has made the call to try to take it right here, right now, in phase. Let's see if they can do it. Torpedo going out. 35% now on the MC-75. Have they found all the weak points? I'm not sure. This MC-75 is falling real fast. 15%. Could Wildcard take it here? Savrip just needs a little bit more AI, and then it can force a base race. 9% on the hull. Oh, they just need 1 AI. Oh, this is why farmers hate Nadiri. It's at 6%, folks. 6%. 3%. 2%, 1%, and down it goes! Wildcard taking game number 2 in probably what can be considered an upset over Savrip, taking the 2 points. Well played by Wildcard. Wow. And there, folks, I think you see the new rules and the new home field advantage afforded by the faction picks taking effect.